Hello everybody. Now I usually do videos in suit, but I thought that it would just, I don't know, might as well just do one out of suit because I really don't feel like having to deal with the hassle because it's also maybe a little bit of a longer video. So I am going to just be having Tucker here for moral support because I am very stressed. You know what, we'll just put him. There we go. He'll just be staring into your guys' soul this video on top of a pile of blankets. So today's video is going to be me reacting to, technically they are old TikToks, but when I got the app it was called Musical.ly. Now these are from 2017. This is pretty much a couple months after I joined the furry fandom. I originally started on YouTube, so I saw a lot of YouTube videos, so that's kind of how I got into it. I didn't start on Musical.ly, but I had used Musical.ly before for not furry reasons, and just thought might as well look and see if there's a community on there, and there was quite a large community on there, so I decided to join. Really don't want any comments that are being weird or just rude and mean. This is just to have fun and have a good little chuckle at what I used to look like and what a lot of other furries used to look like when they were young. You kind of go through this cringy furry phase. It just happens to the best of us, so we're gonna go through that. So I also don't, I'm doing a lot of prefacing here, but I also don't want people to see this and be terrified of the suit I used to use. I want to explain what this suit was and what it was made out of, because all these videos are private now. I do have a TikTok. I'll put it up on the screen and down below, all that fun stuff. And it is the same TikTok technically, but I have privated basically all of the videos because I am so embarrassed of myself. I think I may have like one video still on there, and that was because I was like somewhat proud of the suit at the age that I was at. It was an okay suit. I still have that video up, but basically this old suit was made out of paper mache. Now I do not recommend this tactic at all because it's just not the safest material to use. I mean, if you're gonna make a fursuit, use the correct materials. Don't use stuff that could be possibly unsafe, especially think about paper mache, it's also just gonna shatter. But it was the only stuff I had access to, so I just kind of used what was around my house, old felt and that sort of stuff. And I never made eyes for him because I didn't know how to. So all of these TikToks have these large gaping holes in the eyes. So just prepare yourself. Let's look at the first one. Oh God. And the awful, those are gardening gloves with foam and felt attached to them. Oh my God. Yeah, so it's awful, but as a 14-year-old, I had no other things to use, and I didn't really even know how to make fursuits, so I was just kind of using whatever I had around that was kind of extra nobody was using. So that's that.
Hey guys, this is my first fursuit. I have not done the eyes yet, but I will soon.
That was a lie. I was not doing them anytime soon. Also, just the echoey, because you know that muzzle? It's made out of a milk carton. A big old milk jug was my muzzle for that. So the paper mache head was like you make a balloon and you put paper mache around it and then you pop the balloon and take it out. And then I put just a milk carton attached to the end. So it was so echoey because it was just this huge muzzle with just a little hole at the bottom. So it's super echoey. So yeah, there was just a lot of, that character was called Pitch Patch, so original. And there was just a lot of stuff around him. I don't want to just continue watching all these videos because they're all basically the same of me just kind of dancing around being fucking weird. So next thing, I got foam. So here is a video of me showing off my new foam base.
Hey guys, so I have put, wait,
The whole muzzle is crooked. Oh Lord. So basically what I did for this head is it is technically a type of head, I just didn't do it right. So basically it's a bucket head type of fursuit head where you get a bunch of foam and make kind of this like bucket shape, but then what you're supposed to do is close it up at the top. You're not just supposed to put a bunch of foam on the top. You're supposed to just close it up at the top and just cinch it up there so it makes a sort of like rounded head. That's not what I did today, folks. That's not what I did. I was so excited. That's the hard thing, is I look back on these videos, I was so excited, and every base that I made, I was like, this is the best base I've ever made in my whole life. Like, I was so obsessed. I did also eventually kind of put where I wanted the markings, because technically it was going to be Pitch Patch 2.0. And so I did kind of do that. I put like a tongue in there, but I basically I never ended up furring that base. It was always just a foam base, no eyes, and an orange tongue, and that's it. I never ended up doing anything with it. I also continuously tried to make, what do you call them? Like foam paws, but I didn't know how to do it, so each time it was just a little much every single time. So now we move on to my first Dutch Angel Dragon base. It's awful. It's really bad. Oh, and I think the worst part is that you can see my eyes, so it kind of ruins the whole, like, it ruins the magic of like having a fursuit on, because you can still see half my face. Now my next base was Jade, and she was a cat. She had these, you know, she was a sassy cat. The base was again like Pitch Patch 2.0. It was just the like base and then just stick a piece of foam on top. So it was very similar. I don't really want to get more into that. This video is gonna be like 10 hours long. I'll just show a couple clips of her just to kind of show. This is where I first made my eyes though. And it was made out of, I don't remember what material it was made out of. And it honestly wasn't awful, but it was really hard to see out of. I do remember that. Yeah, boy! I would say Jade, out of all of the bases I made in that era, of the Dutch Angel Dragon, Pitch Patch 2.0, and Jade was probably the best, just because she had eyes. Ooh! So after Jade, I tried out a new style of base that I remember I saw somebody else do, and I thought that's really cool. So it would go around just like a kind of thick piece of foam here. It had one up here to kind of like keep it on your head, and then it had one around your chin and one kind of around like this part so you could make the muzzle. I feel like it was a good idea. Was not done well. It was not done well at all. It was a little much. Yeah, you'll see that in these clips. And it's interesting because the actual jaw, moving jaw part kind of worked. I mean, the bottom would move, but just again, the actual execution of it was not very good. And it was interesting because I didn't actually have really any access to fur or felt like those types of materials. And I was young and I didn't really have any money, so I could get all this foam, and it was actually foam that we already had. So it wasn't like I was like getting a bunch of new foam. It was foam that I already had. So I just basically had a bunch of foam bases. I didn't have any fur bases until a little while later, once I actually like got a job and was able to get some money. So I just had like tons of foam bases. It's very interesting. I did make eyes on this guy though as well, the moving jaw base. I did make eyes on. I don't ever think I colored them, but I think I put the material on them. And then I made my beautiful, it's not well made, but I would love to recreate this idea again. But it was a crocodile base. So it was, his name was Owen, that was the character's name. And I really loved, it was a very fun, like you don't see like many like reptiles and stuff. So it was very, very fun. I really liked it. I made two versions of him. I'll show kind of the one version and the second version. You can kind of start to see that I was getting a little better at shaping and not just having like a flat muzzle. I was having a little bit better kind of luck with kind of shaping things a little. It's not great, but it's a little better than the other ones before. The last one we're gonna talk about is honestly one that I'm genuinely kind of proud of, and this was my Dutch Angel Dragon base. I actually really liked how this was done. Now again, it was just minky fur because that was the only thing I had available to me in the shops. So I used that to fur him, and honestly I really really like it. I think it was a cute idea. Obviously there were lots of things I could have done better. I was in no like shape or form like a professional fursuit maker, but for being like younger and making that sort of stuff, it was kind of fun. It was kind of funky, it was kind of fun. I kind of like it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna share for you guys right now. If you would like another video of sharing my cringy TikToks and kind of that sort of stuff, maybe I'll make another one. This was, I guess, more so instead of just showing cringy TikToks, it was also just showing like the progression of my fursuit making as a kid. Lots of cringe though, all the way around, lots of cringe. That's why all these videos are privated. I will not be unprivating them because they're very uncomfortable to watch. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was very fun to look through, fun. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!